Well, Leaf Nation, break out the shovels. Let's get digging. I have disturbingly confirmed that there is indeed a Habs coin buried in the concrete underneath the Scotiabank ice. It's actually not a coin. It's a pendant similar to something like this. My Coogee Dom over at D. Krupe Paving. They're one of the largest pavers in Ontario. He calls me up this week. He says, Frankie, I hate to be the one to tell this to you, but unfortunately it's true. I know this because I know the guys at this construction company very, very well. They used to have their offices across the street from ours, and I've been on trips with them and tons of dinners. And he said they used to joke about this all the time. They're all Habs fans over at this company. And it's known in this little circle of construction folks that they did this. So it's true. And the only reasonable course of action now is to do what the New York Yankees did when they found out that there was a David Ortiz jersey buried underneath their dugout. They dug it up. In 2008, when the Yankees were erecting their new stadium, one of the construction workers was a Red Sox fan, and he slipped this Ortiz jersey in underneath the dugout, and eventually they found out, they dug it up, they got it out of there. We got to do the same thing. They got to replace the entire bedding of concrete underneath the ice at Scotiabank Arena. They just did this facelift in the concourse, which I'm sure is part of the reason why they had to raise ticket prices 20%. And I'm pretty sure that not one single Leaf fan's going to give a shit about that facelift that they did. You know, it just looks a little prettier when they're overcharging you for everything. Big deal. But this has to be the next major renovation at Scotiabank. Is to replace the whole bedding of concrete underneath the ice. Okay? And until they do that, they got to get me in there with a stick of blood sage to smudge the place and release some of the bad juju that this little pendant may be causing. We are going to get it out. Guarantee you that. Are the Leafs cursed, or are they just not good enough? I don't know.